Hello. Hi, Brooke.
Hey, Wendy, how are you?
I am so excited to be here today with you. I mean, I've been waiting because I know our previous conversation was so inspiring, also challenging. You got me out of my comfort zone.
Hey, nothing good ever comes from a comfort zone.
I know. Okay. Yeah, I know. So for those that don't know Brooke, she's got Creative Circle. I met her in Nashville at a brand builders, and she sat at the table with me and talked about her massive success on going live on Facebook. And I was blown away because, for me, I haven't been on Facebook for a while, and I decided to bring my account alive again, especially after her massive inspiration. Do you want to share a little bit about your story and your success so people kind of know why we're here today and why you inspired me?
Sure, definitely. So 10 years ago, next month actually will be 10 years, I started Refabbed. It was a blog, it was online, just a website where I shared DIY and decorating ideas. And started that blog and started my social media, my Facebook page the same day at zero, obviously. And Facebook Live was not a thing at the time. So I was just putting my content out there, written content with still shots and all the things. And a few years in, 2 or 3 years in, Facebook introduced live video. And I was like, I'm never doing that. I don't need to be on video. Nobody needs to see my face. I said all the things.
Right, right.
And then I totally did the opposite. And I started going live because I was like, I think I just want to try this. I think that I can connect to my audience in a different way if they see me and get to really know me. And so I started that live journey probably 8 years ago and started going live, started talking just to the people, just to the followers. And what started happening was I really connected with them, like on a personal level, and they connected with me.
Right.
And that relationship was formed. And as that started happening, um, things started changing in my business. I started growing exponentially because of live video, and people started knowing, liking, and trusting me, which are the three pillars of sales and everything else. Which it was not that was my initial thought process. That is just genuinely what was happening.
Right,
And
right.
so as that was growing, the success was growing for the blog. More people were seeing my blog links and going to it because um my follower count was going up, my engagement was going up, more people were seeing my stuff, and that was affecting the algorithm. And then the boutique started. I started the boutique because of live video, people asking about where I got stuff, where'd you get those
All
earrings,
your cute stuff.
whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, all the stuff. And, then that started taking off because I was connecting with them. And it was just all through the power of live video and connecting to my audience and being relatable and having those relationships and just showing up consistently. It's been amazing, truly.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like a lot of time. I mean, just even the consistency of it all. So no, I mean, you have 3 businesses now. It's incredible. Are you able to boost all your social media visibility through all 3 of your businesses, or do you focus more so on the boutique?
Um, so Okay, so the 3 businesses I have are Refabbed, which is the one that I started with. That's the blog. That's the largest social following because that's just where I show up in life. And I show up in life in all the areas, but that's like a lifestyle brand now, DIY, decorating, lifestyle, travel, all the things. And so that platform has almost 1 million followers on it. And that is still where I pour a lot of time and myself into. And definitely that can fuel some of the other stuff. But the boutique, the Refab Boutique, which you see my logo right here for that has that spurred from Refab and from people asking about where I got my clothes and what started the store. But
Yeah.
it's its own entity over here. It's got its own followers, its own everything. And now some of those overflow. Some of those same people overflow into both businesses. And I talk about the boutique on my main decorating and DIY page sometimes, but it's not what takes precedence over there. People ask about it. They might ask where I got this shirt, and I would obviously say Refab Boutique. And I'm going to shout them out all the time because that's a pivotal part of my life is over here at
Right.
this boutique. But I really don't use that platform to push people there, just every so often when I just kind of make mention of it. And then the coaching, the Brook Riley coaching, I've had it for 6 years now. And when I am launching, maybe I'm taking new members, or I've got a course out or a retreat, live event, something like that, I will talk about that on the main page too. But I also have a Facebook page dedicated to the coaching as
Yeah.
well. So
No, which is good. And you guys can find about her coaching. So now you know why I'm inspired. I mean, she's built an amazing businesses, 3. And she has kind of told us how she was able to boost her visibility and grow her business through going live, which is completely shocking to me when I was hearing this about 2 months ago. And so you guys all know I am the founder and the CEO of Goals to Life, and we are a platform for implementing and executing different goals. And my goal at Goals to Life is to impact lives. And how do you impact lives? You have to reach more people. How do you reach more people? You get on stage, you get on social media, you go live. And so I know I have to get out of my comfort zone like I started at the beginning. And now why I'm here today and why I want to kick this off is because it is a goal of mine is to reach more people so I can impact more lives through what we're doing at Goals to Life. And I can't do that without getting out of my comfort zone and going live. So Brooke is here. We have gotten to know each other quickly, and our energy and our passion aligns. And she has offered to kind of like show up in a way where you guys can watch how she gives some instruction. You could see how you could benefit from what she does. If you're an entrepreneur, or if you are somebody looking to build a business, or you want to reach more people, reach out to her. It's amazing. And so I want you to see how it can work and how Goals to Life, I put my goals in there. I put a really high number. I counted my followers and I text Brooke yesterday and I'm like, okay, can I reach these followers? It's pretty bold. Like with SMART goals, you're like, is it realistic? Is it attainable? And her response was, yeah, it's attainable, but like the consistency, right?
right. Yes. Consistency is always going to be key, and consistency always compounds. So, if you are consistent and if you keep working towards it, I 100% believe you can reach any goal you set. And I think yours is very containable, especially with some consistency for sure. So I'm excited to see you reach that goal and help you get there the best I
Yeah.
can for
So
sure.
so this is a journey, and this is going to be my live journey. This is something new, and she is an inspiration to me, and I just want you all to know that. And if you're willing to take the challenge, I would reach out to her, but I do want you to know it's always really nice to have a clear plan and a way where you could track and measure. I mean, measuring exactly where you're starting at so you could celebrate progress. You could see what strategies are working well and not. If you're putting out things and you're trying to show up in a way, and it's not really reaching the people, then you make some shifts. And it's nice to have someone like Brooke or a community like Brooke has to kind of brainstorm and see what's working well and not, and be able to make the adjustments to actually reach the
Yes.
goal that you're looking to achieve.
Yeah,
Right.
100%. Definitely.
So I'm just gonna share a couple of things on what I mentioned to Brooke, and then I want to show you kind of Brooke. I want you to see because Brooke hasn't seen it put into the system of just a few high level things to get me started. Of course, we're gonna have to do more work to build the consistency and dive a little deeper, but I can show you all. But I want to show up just like she said, like get people to know you, trust you, relate to you. And
Mhm.
I think in life we all have desires. So at Goals to Life, we help people in all areas of life, whether it be their professional goals, whether it be their physical or mental or financial, spiritual, or it goes on, all the goals. And when we do that, I want to share my goals live. I want to show how the system's working, how it's helping me implement. And I want to do it live so people could see, like, wow, she's doing really great here. And this is how we're seeing the progress. Or, oops, she had a setback. What's she doing? Or she's
Mhm.
struggling and maybe that strategy is not working. How is she adjusting it? Because I want people to know that we are fully empowered to create the lives that we want. We just need to have a clear plan. We need to be able to add it to our calendar, make time for the things that matter, and then measure to see if what we're doing is working or not. So we have that awareness. And then most of all is accountability through like a coach like Brooke, or like her community, or just having community and people on your journey with you to help you reach your goals. So that's my goal, is to bring forth my goals live to you. Very, very scary, but I'm going to do it, right, Brooke?
You got this, 100%. I believe in you.
Okay. All right. So I'll share a little screen. I don't know. Okay. This is my first time. Again, this is new, this live, this StreamYard, this whole thing. Okay. So let me see if I could add this to stage. Okay. There we are. Okay.
Here we are.
So just a little showing on how things work. In Goals to Life, we can create a goal, and we teach you how to create a goal, right? And we talk about the goal with the outcome. Now, I'm measuring it not by percentage of growth. I'm going to measure it by actual numeric. And then I'm going to do her strategies. And one of my strategies to increase my followers is going to be by going live, and then how I'm going to do it. And you guys are going to see this because I already built it out. So see all the different goals. Each of these goals have pathways. And so I did choose my professional goal, and I will just go right to the goal. And I know this is outrageous, guys. Like right now, I only have 9,000. Well, not to say only, I want to shame myself, but I have 9,236 followers. And when I created the goal, it's gone up a little bit since then. And you can see how small it is because I'm jumping to like 30,000. Who does that? Okay. You guys got to help me with this. I'm going to do this. Okay. So you clearly would be able to log the progress, and, Brooke's going to be able to see if I'm actually doing this. So once I click on this goal, you'll see my strategy of going live, right? That's one of my strategies. So what are my actions to do that? She wants me to, first off, she wants me to be able to have audience engagement and growth. And I put her notes in here. Now we're going to dive a little deeper into that. And I said, okay, how am I going to do that? I need to go in 4 times a week to make sure I'm inviting my current friends to Goals to Life to follow. She really wants me to get my business page growing so I can actually start going live on Goals to Life, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And you want to tell them why you told me that?
So your personal page is just that. It's your personal page. That's where you share your you're going to share your life across the board, really, because that brings in the relatability factor. But your business page is your business page. That's where you can check your analytics. That's where you can run ads if you ever choose to. That's where people who choose to follow you know they're getting that business advice, because that's your business page. And what I tell everybody in my coaching all the time, because this is so important, the number beside your name does not matter as much as the people that are within that number.
Right.
So, having 1 million followers, if only, 200,000 of those are the right followers, then those other followers are weighing you down because they're not really there for you. Maybe they just saw something random one day, chose to follow you, and it didn't mean anything. So even though 30,000 to you right now seems like a lot, and it is a lot, it's so doable. And I see people do it all the time. But our key in this, and the reason I told you that, was because we're trying to get you the right followers. And on your personal page, your aunt's on there, your cousin, your brother, whatever. I don't know any of these people. I'm just saying that's how
I don't have a brother, but all the rest are, yes.
So it's just like, that's not necessarily the people that are going to be your customers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're wanting to build, and you invite them and say, hey, this is what I'm doing over here. If you're interested in learning more about this, you're interested in following along with this business side, then come follow me over there. But we don't really care if some of those people choose to follow us over there. We want our true people that are there for the right reasons and that won't weigh the page down, that are never going to have one, that are never going to tap into one of your offers, never going to really be engaged with what you're doing. That's just going to weigh the page down. So we're going towards 30,000 followers, but we're going to 30,000 of the right followers, which is
the goal getters, the people that want
what you
want personal growth, want to achieve, want to live a life of fulfillment, all those fun things.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right. So you guys know that is one of the goals. So if any of my friends that are on Facebook, or like on YouTube, or who's watching this right now, or people that just follow or connect, I will encourage you, if you are inspired to have growth in any area of your life and you want to take on that challenge to learn how to do that and how to make that dream a reality or bring any ideas to life, please follow our page on Facebook. That would be great. Now, Brooke, we don't know the number, or do we know the number on how many I have to have?
To go live on that page. It used to be 10,000. Facebook has been changing a lot of stuff within the last couple weeks. And so I'm not 100% sure if that is still the base number or not, but I believe it's still 10,000, but you can go live before that. I might be very wrong about that.
Okay. All right. Well, if you find the number, like, please let me know and we'll share it next time, because I'm sure people might want to know, because now you hear the importance of why the benefits of going live on a business page, especially if you are there to really make
Actually, I think I just said something. I think I said the wrong thing. So let me rephrase that. I think it is 1,000 before it lets you go live. So I think you are if you're at 9,000 on your business.
Oh no,
page
that's
already,
just no, that's not on my business page.
Okay. So I think that it is 1,000, not 10,000. 10,000 used to be where you could start being monetized, but that has changed recently. So that's a whole nother talk. But I believe once you hit 1,000, they'll allow you to go live over there. So
okay, well, that's amazing. So we know people, I guess, take in that, and let's create a goal of getting to 1,000.
yeah,
That's a different goal, but I can't have all these goals. I mean, it's all lining up. We'll see it as it goes. Okay,
you
so
got to hit 1,000 anyway to get to 30,000.
yeah,
So
so why not start there? And we're going to drive people there. I know people think that Facebook is not, there's a lot of talk about Facebook, but look at you, you're thriving there. And it's inspiring. It's a platform I started on.
It is not just me. Listen, I've got a coaching group of almost 600 people, and these business owners are all thriving in Facebook, and not just Facebook. That's a platform that you use. But I'm telling you, it is literally a game changer. It's not dead. It is so not dead. People just don't know how to tap into it. So
well, my pages were dead. I'm telling you, until
they may have been dead, but
they weren't really dead. I wasn't really out there. No, right. So no, thanks again. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to sharing, because I'm still excited to share with you. Okay, so all right, so now we all know I want to grow my audience. That's one of my actions. The other one is to schedule my content and get it ready, because I have 8 goal spaces, and if I'm trying to grow and see progress in 8 areas of my life, I have to plan this out a little bit, because what's not on your calendar is not going to happen. So that's why we have the event action. So I know right now one of my goals is to go live with Brook monthly. Okay, Brook. And then I needed to do my personal introduction, which she challenged me to do, and I did that last week. And I will be going with Dr. Cody live every week, and then also just having my accountability meetings. So those are my event actions that actually have to make it to the calendar, and I'll kind of show you how that works. Now, obviously, she wants me to go ahead and schedule that, and then audience engagement. We went through that, along with the engagement and algorithm boosting, which I don't know yet. So I think I'm just going to get started and going live and showing up and just being completely vulnerable and letting people watch me bring my goals to life. So if we go here, I'm going to show you on the planner. I'm going to filter this so you could see increase my social media presence. So these are the things that I have done based on what she's asked me. Now you'll see right now is today the 26th. And I'm going live with Brook. It's on my calendar. I'm going to check that off. So guess what? Now I'll show that I did this. And it shows that I actually did what I said I was going to do. We both showed up. So that's good. Showing up for what you schedule is amazing. But it will show my unscheduled events. So it will show you whether or not I have scheduled 2 of mine with Dr. Cody. You'll see here if I change this filter to monthly. So if you are trying to go live, It will say, okay, these are the lives that I have done. I did my personal introduction live exactly as Brooke asked. So I didn't want to get in trouble by not doing what she asked me to do. I want to behave. You guys, following what you're being told is really important. And then I today just checked this off and I went live. Now, tomorrow, going and looking here, I'm going live with Dr. Cody Goldman on physical goals. So you will see that will get checked off tomorrow. And then Brooke would be able to see in the reports. So this is why Goals to Life is so great when you have people on your journey. She could see what I've done so far. Okay, going live is my strategy. Have I done the work? Okay, I've done these items. I already did this last weekend as a one and done, so it will fall off after this. I have this. I have not logged it because it's not till tomorrow. I just logged this and I haven't done my accountability meeting. But this way, Brooke could see, like, have you done the stuff? Are we actually seeing the progress? Because it's metrics, right? Like me doing the work. What is my ultimate goal? To get to 30,000. Wow. I know it, and this is going to be so much fun to celebrate, Brooke, but like if my goal is that, then guess what? We're going to be able to put the strategies and actions in place, show you if I'm doing it. And then if I'm doing it and I'm not getting the results, you'll be like, girl, you're doing it wrong. So you need to be like, change this. You need some coaching. I need some one-on-one time with you. So I just want you guys all to see how Goals to Life works and how we have reports and you can track and measure on the go and you have a planner and all the beautiful things.
That's super neat. I love seeing behind the scenes of that. That is amazing because a plan without action is nothing. I mean, you can say all day long you want to reach 30,000 followers if that's your professional goal. That's your goal with all this, and going live is the way to get there. But without like seeing that like that, it's easy to just let it slide to the next week or having no accountability. Just having that accountability, I think, is huge, which is what that Goals to Life system is the accountability. And then obviously you've got the physical accountability of me being like, Wendee, like I'm noticing you had XYZ, but I hadn't noticed you've actually done that, which that hasn't happened. But I'm just saying that's what,
Well, you show up. Like you go to the gym and your girlfriend's meeting you better show up. You're going to show up if somebody's on the other end.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
And the studies say, believe it or not, Brooke, 95% increase of achieving your goals if you actually have some form of accountability with somebody on the other side, whether it be peer or mentor. Mm-hmm. It's incredible. So, and then like an 80% increase of achieving if it's on your calendar. So we built a system that integrates with Outlook and Gmail, helps people actually put their plan to life. And, you can't just talk about it. You have to do it. And I'm a GSD girl. I'm a get her done girl. So if you really want to be a goal getter and you, instead of just setting your goals and forgetting them, then you need a system. And without a system, it's going to be hard.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. It is going to be much harder. I mean, because you holding your own self accountable is a totally different level of discipline. And most people, like you said, 95%, those statistics don't lie. You need somebody in your corners. And you need some kind of system in place to get it done for sure.
Yeah. Definitely. And I think there's just been a missing system. And a lot of this could be, okay, say, for example, I'm saying I'm getting out of my comfort zone, right? Showing up vulnerably and like showing up and just saying, okay, this is where I'm at. These are my wins. These are my losses. This is how I'm going to overcome them. This is how I'm going into challenges. People are going to see what I really did and didn't do. I'm not going to be lying about it because if I'm doing the work, I should be seeing the results. Mm-hmm. And if I'm not doing the work, I need to address myself. Why? Mm-hmm. And if I don't have time to do it, I need to readjust my goal and say, okay, what is attainable? What is realistic? That's why I asked you yesterday. I did not want to hit that review and commit if it is not attainable. Mm-hmm. And I know you have a better perspective on that than me to say, Wendee, it is going to be, but there's going to need to be these steps, which we will be able to address. And I'll bring to you any changes to my commitment. But it's a real deal. And I really hope people know that if I am not showing up because mentally I have a mental limiting belief or a roadblock, that's something I need to work with under the mental goals. Mm-hmm. So I can get the mindset I need to actually achieve this. Because if it is a mental roadblock, there's going to be work I'm going to need to do in that area. That's not always the direct, oh, this is a professional goal. I'm not reaching that. It may be like, what is the root cause?
Yeah, there's always a root cause. Yes, absolutely. 100%.
Yeah. So I just clearly, thank you so much, Brooke, for your time today to let people know about you, about your success, about how you've inspired other people to live out reaching and succeeding in a way that's a little bit maybe different than what they thought can be done.
Mhm. Yeah, thank you, Wendee. I appreciate that. And that's always my goal. That's my biggest goal in life is kind of exactly like you said at the beginning, to impact people. And it's not about that number beside the name. That's those followers are people. Like, I see them as faces. I see them as individual people. And it's like those are people I can have an impact on, in my life and in my business. And so that's my goal, is just to share my story, show up authentically, show up consistently, and just help make an impact and help be a positive light in a dark world. That's my whole
Oh,
goal.
yes, girl. Okay, so question. I see you and I follow you, and I want to heart everything just because I adore you. But okay, so I feel like you're doing a lot. Like, how much time do you carve out a day? Real quick.
No,
Sorry.
probably too much time I carve out a day to do all the things. But I get up at 6:30 and I get the kids ready, and pretty much from that point on until 4:30 or 5 o'clock, it's work. I mean, as far as being live goes, is that what you're asking? Like, how much time I
Like
carve out to
social,
be
like
live?
connecting, engaging, building those relationships online, going live, whatever that looks like.
Okay, yeah. So I kind of try to time block.
Yeah.
Certain days I go live in the boutique. And when I'm live in the boutique, it could be anywhere from 1 to 3 hours for a live,
Is it
because
always you that whole time, or does anyone pop in there for you?
sometimes there's some of the other girls that, as I'm changing, they're popping on and showing an outfit, but sometimes it's completely me. And a lot of times on those lives, it is just me, but not every time. And then I try to carve out time that's like I can just go live to just share life. Be like, what's up, guys? I went to the Opry 100-year celebration the
I
other
saw
day,
that. That
and
was
I went
adorable.
live talking about it. And we just had conversation about what was your favorite part, and like just connecting like friends. And so I try to each and every day, and as I look at my week as a whole, be like, where can I go live in the boutique? When can I make this time for them on these days? When can I make time to just interact, or maybe show a craft or show some decorating hack? And then I have a schedule in the coaching group that I share a month in advance, where I've carved out all the time for our trainings and stuff like that, and our Q&As that I do in there. So I work everything around all of that, and then all the behind the scenes and other work is
A
just
lot of behind the
sprinkled in.
scenes.
There's just a lot to it.
A massive team. I mean,
Yeah.
and I know you recognize and acknowledge them,
Oh gosh,
which
yes.
is it's so special.
100%. Yes.
Yeah, so I think just carving out the time, but being realistic on
Mhm.
how much time it will take. And all right, so I've seen your live at the boutique. So cute and so amazing. So
Thank
for me, when I am going live and it's me by myself, like, this is different. People are learning
you.
from you. We're talking, you're mentoring me as I'm on this journey.
Mhm.
So I'm learning as they're learning, we're learning as we go. I wanted to ask you, for me, and going live how I will, if I'm by myself, it seems a bit harder. Like, you're just kind of, the conversation's not as much there.
Okay, that is a question I get all the time. Okay, that is a question I get literally all the time from people starting this journey. And I'm going to just tell you, it is awkward at first. When it's just you, it's like, okay. And I remember my first several lives where I was like so nervous, and I'm like, how do I just talk to myself? Because you kind of are, because you don't necessarily have anybody watching at first.
Right.
But I'll tell you, like I tell everybody in my coaching, you just get on there and you pretend you have people watching. You just have to. And sometimes you're even at the very beginning, because what you've got to understand is there will be some people watching the live, but the majority of the views come on the replay. So you
Okay.
are talking to people. You just may not be talking to them, and it's going to take time for your live audience to grow where they start showing up for you. So at the beginning, You're just like, hey, everybody, it's Wendee. And today I'm just going to talk about blah, blah, blah. And you're just like, start going right into it. You're not waiting for people to jump on. That is one key, y'all. If you are going live, do not say this. Please, this is the worst thing you can do. Well, I'm just going to wait for a few people to hop on. No, 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 no. You lost them immediately. And people are watching the live replay. They're already watching. So you don't need to be waiting, okay? That's just a pro tip. But you just talk as though you're talking to people. And sometimes at the beginning, you may have your own set of questions that you get asked a lot, or people will be wondering, and you answer those on the live. Like you may say, I get asked a lot about this, or I see you ask this. Maybe they hadn't even asked that yet, but you say that. And then you start answering those questions, and it just becomes so second nature. And then before you know it, there's going to be people in the comments. There's going to be people talking back to you. And then it's going to be, you start interacting with them. But until they're there, you just pretend they're there and you answer their questions as though they're asking. And you talk to that one person live as though it's 100 people. That's the most important thing you'll ever do.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great advice, because I know I'm going to have to do some of these alone, and it's okay. It's okay. I was on a podcast this morning with Leslie Logan from Online Pilates, and her podcast is called Be It Till You See It. And it's talking like when you enter a room and you just have to just be it, be you, be it. And then it's going to happen, right? But you have to show up.
Yes.
And yes. So I want to make you proud, because to me, accountability is huge. And I am beyond grateful for you putting yourself out there for all of us to help us impact more people. Because for me, I want to impact people around the world. This is not a small doing. It's way above my head. And I need people like you cheering me on and getting me out of my comfort zone and stretching myself. So thank you, Brooke.
Well, you're welcome. And I mean, I'll always be your biggest cheerleader and encourage you. And if we see things that need to change, then we pivot and we say, let's kind of go this direction, or maybe let's take this different approach at this. And then you just kind of figure things out as you go along. So I'm sure you've got a lot of people cheering you on besides me, but I'll always cheer you on.
Well, you're my lab girl. Let's go lab. Okay. So friends, if you're seeing it for knowing about goals to life and how you could bring anything that Brooke teaches you into a system to help you implement and execute in your day-to-day life, in the description, there's a link on how to join Goals to Life. Now, Brooke, if you guys are out there and you want to learn what she's teaching me and get coached, which we all need community and we all need accountability, I'm just letting you know. There's a link there for finding out more information on what Brooke does. And Brooke, thank you for your time again. And I can't wait to get those numbers increased and share and celebrate success and progress and all of it.
Well, I can't wait to celebrate with you. So definitely, I know we've got some people from my page watching as well. So be sure to give Wendee a follow. I think your system is just really, really, really interesting. And I just love how you made that, you clicked that off and then it circled it around. And like, it's just an immediate fulfillment of, yes, I did that. It's just a check off,
Well, women love to check things off. Women's like, where's my to-do list? Let's do it. But I mean, we just need a clear plan. Like,
I think it's absolutely wonderful. Truly.
No, thank you. And if anybody wants to know, maybe we could do for all of your community, I can go on and do like a little mini webinar and teach them that they could even implement it without the system, but the system definitely helps. Is our secret to executing and achieving goals. I have a formula for that, and it just might really help your group. So if you are open to that, and your group is really like, hey, we really want to achieve everything that we're putting, we're learning and implement it. I'm here. I'm your girl.
That's awesome. We'll definitely talk about that too, because I think that my group would really, really love that. So that's awesome.
It'll be a lot of fun. All right. Yes. Well, Brooke, thank you so much again. And I'll hope if you are willing, maybe say in a month to check in and let's see how many followers. I know it's going to take time, so it may not be as fast as I want. And I'm like a rapid, meticulous gal. So, I mean, I just got to be patient, but
just be patient, be consistent. It'll happen.
And for those, I'm going to say this. I am so fortunate to live out my relational goals, and I'm going to Europe for a month with my mom and my sister. My mom is 75 and she wants me to take me and my sister to Europe.
Oh,
And it is a big stretch. Like, it's scary being gone, but I want to bring forth that is a personal goal and a relational goal of mine. So I might be living out how I'm doing those goals while we're a little bit on the trip. So you guys watch. It should be a little bit of
people
fun.
would love that. I mean, that's just going to bring in that relatability, and people love to see what you're doing over there, and that would be an amazing thing to do.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
So you guys follow. It should be fun. And I hope to talk to you soon.
Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.
Bye, you guys. Thanks for watching. Okay, so let's see here.